Hey, good morning. It's Bob Desmond here. I'm taking a little stroll, and I can't believe that I'm actually on my feet again and at one of my favorite places, Lake Louisa State Park. Grass is rather long here. Anyway, today is June 14th. This is the big protest day against Donald Trump and all that he stands for. And my wife, Teresa, and my brother-in-law, Tom, and my sister-in-law, Patty, are all protesting this morning in Claremont, Florida, somewhere. It's an organized protest. And I dropped Teresa off at Tom's house, and it's not too far from Lake Louisa, just about 6 miles. So here I am, and I've been essentially hung up on my back for the last 6 weeks. I've been having some leg issues. Tore my left calf a little over 6 weeks ago, and I've been to the ortho doctor several times, had an MRI to confirm it and all that, and essentially I've been in bed for the first 4 weeks, excruciating pain. Left calf muscle, leg swelled up because the blood had no place to go when the calf muscle tore. And you talk about a 24/7 Charlie horse. It was horrible. But anyway, by the grace of God and time and people's prayers, I'm taking a little stroll here today, visiting one of my old friendly trails. It is a Saturday morning, and it's a little crazy here at Lake Louisa today because they're having some kind of a race on the main street that comes into the park. I'm not doing my big walk. I'm taking going very slow and taking probably about 1.5 miles. That's it. And then I'll get back in my car and drive around a little bit. But thank God I am back on the trails. I'm very grateful. My calf is better. It's not 100%, but it's better. Also, my right knee, which I tore the meniscus back right before Christmas of 24. That was doing pretty good. After a lot of problems with it, it started to do good. And I was able to hike the trails for a while. But since I hurt my other leg, my left calf, my right leg was doing all of the lifting anytime I had to go from sitting to standing. The grass here on the trail is rather long. This is a horse trail, and it hasn't been cut for a while. But I'm going to head back to my car. And anyway, so yeah, the right knee, I've got a brace on it, and I have support hose on. I got a brace on my right knee, and that helps. I've been wearing that now since Christmas. But I can tell that my right knee, the torn meniscus thing, it's bothering me a little bit more now than it was when I was out hiking on it before I injured my left calf. So anyway, no big deal. I am walking, and actually the first 4 weeks of the left torn calf, I was using a walker. I had to have a walker to walk. I could not use a cane. I certainly couldn't do it on my own. So I'm very grateful and thankful and appreciative that I can walk. This is actually my first attempt. Kind of funny, Teresa saw me take my backpack. We drove the van, our camper van, and she smiled when she saw my backpack loaded up with water and body armor. But anyway, here I am on the trail, one of them, one of the 25 plus miles of trails in this park. And this is a simple one. I didn't want to do anything crazy, nor did I want to go too far. But anyway, I'm heading back to my car. Probably got 3/4 of a mile to go. Walking at a very slow pace, less than 2 miles an hour right now. Trying to make believe in my mind I'm walking from our kitchen to the garage, and it's a slow walk that I practice all the time to make sure that I don't hurt myself while I'm healing from this injury. So I'm walking kind of like an old man, of which I am. But grateful to be back on the trail and thinking about America, thinking about the regime we have now, which is quite sinister and self-serving, under the mind, the warped and sick mind of Donald Trump and all of his sycophants. Very scary times in America. But what's really more scary than Trump is that more Americans voted for him than voted for the decency of Kamala Harris, the intelligence of Kamala Harris, and the experience of Kamala Harris. Not that she's perfect, but she certainly isn't sinister. She wouldn't have had a military parade costing the American taxpayers $45 million or whatever. Donald Trump is just everything that's bad about the world, all rolled up into one sick little mind. Anyway, very thankful for all the protesters throughout the country. And I'm hoping that before Donald Trump dies, that he will be held accountable for his crimes, his sins, his caustic behavior, etc. And if you can't see that Donald Trump is a horrible human being, I feel sorry for you. He's certainly not a Christian. Jesus Christ does not approve of Donald Trump or anybody that believes in Donald Trump. Jesus Christ was a nonviolent God, and he believed in feeding the poor and helping the homeless and fixing things and helping people. And, because of our own sin, we've ended up with another Hitler, only this time running the United States. So, My hat's off to all the protesters. I wasn't up for that, even though I'm with them emotionally and mentally. I didn't need to have that right now, today. I much prefer coming out here where nature is the boss. So, I'll sign out, just a short video. It's good to be back on the trail. Very grateful. I'm going to take it real easy. Not going to do anything knucklehead. Going to let my injuries heal as best they can. I'm actually back in my workshop a little bit, working on a couple of my last guitars. It's been fun to go out there a bit. And I'm also in the recording studio, recording a new song called, believe it or not, I Love America. It's actually finished. There's one lyric I need to change. Probably do that today, but the song is done. And I know what the mix is now. And I'll plop that on my SoundCloud. And it's actually a nice song. It's my feelings on the current America, but it's not a mournful song. It's got a nice rhythm to it, nice upbeat rhythm. And it was fun to do. And I love to create songs. It's one of my favorite little hobbies. Okay, so just about a half mile from my car, my van, I should say. And I am going to get back in it and drive around a little bit at Lake Louisa. It is crazy here this morning. There are bikers and bicyclists, I should say, and runners. There's a big race going on. I think it's called the Florida Run. And it's a bit of a pain, but they have every right to be here, as I do. So, you have to drive very carefully so you don't hit anybody. Anyway, I'm going to drive around a little bit and rejoin my family 6 or 7 miles from here for lunch. Somebody said they were going to get some Cuban sandwiches, so that sounds good to me. Okay, Bob signing out. Peace and love.